Hello, friends. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another installment of Matt and Mike Rank the Atari 2600. I'm Matt, aka Duke of the Bump. I'm joined by Mike, aka Mors Draconis.
What's up, guys? Ready to play some more crazy Atari games?
I realize that new viewers might not have realized which one of us is which, because we didn't really say our channel names last time.
We did not. We did not.
We're a little rusty at this, but
It's been a hot minute.
yeah. But I've been having a real good time. I would say with a week of hindsight, looking at this list here, I think we nailed it.
I think so too. Yeah. I was originally not. I was honestly not okay with putting Miner 2049er below Gauntlet just because of how utterly pissed I was at Gauntlet.
Yeah.
But looking back, Miner 2049er. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's almost
That's a real stinker.
it's close to unplayable, I would say.
Just the fact that it reset, it's just woo.
Yeah, and just the movement sucks and the jumping sucks, and that's really all there is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like Gauntlet, it at least moves. Like it's not good, but it goes. It functions.
And at least it had a premise that wasn't like done to death on the console to begin with.
Yeah, like I could have done without the stereotyping of Native American rituals or Native whatever.
Yeah.
Which that alone almost made me want to rank it last. But that would be like an emotional judgment, and this is science. And,
Oh no!
And I think the science worked out.
I just realized they did not hear a word you just said at the beginning of my video. Fuck.
You want to start over?
Nope, I'll fix it in post. It's fine.
Okay. Well,
Jesus.
future viewers look forward to that.
Fuck.
Anyway, we have Crossbow here at number 1, the best Atari 2600 game of all time so far.
So far.
In last place, Miner 2049er, starring Bounty Bob. And by the end of this here episode, approximately 2 hours from now, there will be 12 games on this list.
Yeah. We will double it up.
Yep. And this week I brought the first game, and it is called Dodge 'em. This is a classic Atari game from 1980, developed by Atari, and it's a clone of a 1979 Sega arcade game called Head On.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But I think it's pretty well done. The premise of this game is extremely simple. You're the orange car. The blue car is trying to crash into you. And you are trying to collect as many dots as possible. And that's it. You press the joystick in whatever direction you want to go to change lanes. And you can hold the button to speed up, and the computer can't.
Okay.
And I have to say, this game is mystifyingly difficult.
Really?
Like
Okay.
it's hard to understand how hard it is not to be crashed into.
Yeah.
Because you would think with our advanced human intelligence versus a computer, plus that we have the ability to speed up and they don't, it would be trivial to outsmart the computer every time. But it's actually a little bit more clever than that. So I'm going to get started here.
Sure.
And there's not much in this game as far as play-by-play commentary goes. I just crashed.
Oh, I did too. Shit. Oh, well, I forgot to move.
And you have to hit these when you want to switch lanes. You have to hit it kind of early. You kind of have to be holding the direction you want to go before you get there, if that makes sense. And I just lost all my lives.
Also kind of backwards a little bit.
How so?
Oh god, I'm like stuck in a death loop. Ah.
That's what the game Deathloop is about.
I don't know. It felt like the controls were. Oh no. Okay. Oh, okay. Like when you're on the opposite side of where you start, it well,
Right. Yeah. You would think it would be like kind of tank controls almost,
yeah.
where you push from the perspective of the driver. But it's what's that word? It is there's a word for that.
I have no idea. Oh, I'm done. Wow, game is legitly hard.
Right? Like, okay, I just cleared the first screen.
Oh wow,
I have 179 points,
I haven't even.
and so
This
on the second screen, it's pretty much the same. The AI might be a little bit better, but yep, I was crashed into there.
Ah,
I, I
man.
I've made it as far as the third screen, and once you hit the third screen, there are two cars that you
Oh
have to
god,
dodge.
really?
Oh, I'm starting over. Yeah, and because the board resets every time you die, it sort of has that minor 2049er effect where you just want to hit reset and start over.
Yeah,
Um,
kinda.
but this game just moves so much more quickly, and in my opinion, it's much more engaging.
Oh my god.
Uh, like it has that kind of modern, uh, like splatformer, masocore kind of game vibe where you have that instant restart,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
like like a Super Meat Boy or something, or like an N plus plus.
Gotta keep doing the same flipping thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Yeah, right. Like,
Ah.
like this game makes me feel kind of dumb, but also the more I play it, the better I feel like I'm getting at it.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Like it has kind of an addictive quality to me. Like I keep wanting to play and like, okay, so I'm on the third screen. Shit, I'm on the third screen now, and there are two cars, and they go a little bit more slowly, but that doesn't actually
Oh.
make it easier.
Oh, I've been like hitting the wrong buttons the whole entire time. Now I understand why that wasn't working.
Which buttons were you pressing?
Well, I was trying to hit like left and right when it was up and down, and
Uh,
and then being like, why is it not working? When obviously that was the. Oh, you motherfucker.
yeah, you want to push the direction relative. That's the word.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Relative to where your car is on the screen. So if you're at the top, you need to press down to change lanes. If you're at the left, you need to press right, and if you're at the bottom, you need to press up.
Son of a. I think the really big secret is to never. Ah, fuck. To never be in a like to always meet the computer in an intersection so that you can switch and they can't.
Yeah,
And obviously that's easier said than done, but
right.
mother.
And like sometimes when you just have a few dots left to collect,
Oh my
I tend to get fixated on those
god. Right?
and stop paying attention the way I should. Um, and you have to. This is one of those games where you always have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, I fucked up.
Shit.
Dang it.
And when you're in the inside lanes and you're going around the loop so quickly, like
Yeah.
you have much less reaction time. So
Ah.
those inside dots are pretty tricky.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I just fucked up. Man, it's hard.
It is. Like I was surprised
Ah,
at how hard this game is,
man.
considering how simple it is. It's
Right.
one of those, minute to learn, lifetime to master kind of games.
Son of a bee.
And I'm sure there are long plays out there where people, you know,
Utterly annihilate it, you know.
yeah, or like tool assisted speedruns, which that might be interesting to watch.
Yeah. Ugh.
I feel like this game is very learnable. Like,
Goodness, the having to do it a bit ahead of time is definitely a little annoying.
yeah,
Ah,
shit.
that's gonna come up. That's gonna come up. Well, not ahead of time, but like having to be like perfect. Oh my
Yeah,
god, you dirty butthole.
Mike, language.
Got this.
Yeah, whoever's driving the blue car is a real sociopath.
Ugh. Oh no. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Son of a controls. Oh my god.
Like, I kind of feel like this would make a good phone game.
Oh yeah. I could see
Something
that.
you can pull out and play for like a few seconds at a time, and you like swipe directions on the touchscreen.
Yeah, that'd be really neat actually.
You know, it has that kind of addictive one more try quality to it that makes, you know, a good mobile game.
Wait, is there a way to slow down? How do you slow down?
Um, if you like press, so you see those holes on the left and right side of the screen?
Oh, you can slow down on those.
Yeah, if you press against them, you I mean, it's not much of a slowdown, but
Right.
as far as I can tell, that's the only slowdown mechanism the game has.
Okay. So I have noticed one thing about the... Okay, I finally beat the first level. Jesus.
Congratulations.
I have noticed one thing. Ah, son of a bitch. I just did the same thing. Fucking goddamn it.
Yeah, it took me forever to beat the first level too, so don't feel bad.
No, but one thing I have noticed is that the computer can't change more than one lane at a time.
Right. Yeah. So that's another advantage the player has over the
Yeah.
AI. And
Oh, buttholes.
oh, you can also slow down on the inside track if you press against like the box in the middle.
Oh.
It works kind of the same way as those
Oh.
the outer gaps. Of course, once there are two cars, uh, them not being able to change multiple lanes isn't as much of an advantage.
Right, because there's...
'Cause- right.
Oh.
I
I had it.
like the sound effects in this game.
Yeah, they are actually, for an Atari game, they're actually really good.
Yeah, like the engine noise, the two tones of it for slow and fast, you know, it gets that across.
Yeah.
And then there's like a nice satisfying little like beep click sound when you pick up the dots.
Yeah.
And when you get going fast and you collect a lot of them in a row, I think that feels pretty good.
Yeah. So far, my strategy is... Oh, fuck. So far, my strategy is to just go super fast at the beginning. That way I
Yep.
can get ahead of them and, like, collect a lot of them and then just kind of switch lanes along. Ah!
Yeah.
Poop.
That's how I always start out.
Ah. Make decisions faster. Oh, you dork. Oh. Well, for that time. Oh, what is that?
And from what I read in the manual, this game does actually have an ending.
Really?
Because yeah, I mean it's not like a story or anything, but so the three lives that you have, it refers to them as like heats, like it's an event.
Oh, okay.
And after you collect enough dots, even if you haven't died, it'll kind of move you along to the next heat. So it'll go from 3 to 2 and 2 to 1. So so eventually, you know, there is a a theoretical ending to this game. I don't know at what point that'll be,
Huh.
but I've never come close to that, obviously.
Right. Oh my god, I just did. Ugh. I keep doing the same thing over and over again. Shit.
Yeah, like it's weirdly hard not to.
Yeah, I feel like this is probably one of those games where, like that kid did with Tetris, where it's like somebody's gonna sit down and like beat this game, quote unquote, even if it doesn't have an actual, especially if it has an actual ending.
Right. And I mean, all 2600 games, I'm sure that at some point there's a maximum score. The RAM won't be able to keep up with it, and
Oh,
like it'll crash, whatever. So maybe they just did it that way to prevent that from happening,
oh yeah, maybe.
like a kill screen.
Yeah. Oh, you. Oh, it knew where I wanted to go.
Yeah, like it seems like that's why I said it was mystifyingly hard because it feels like it's able to read your mind sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it's weird, which I think it's very cleverly programmed in that respect.
Yeah, I
Like
wonder. I wonder if
the fact,
there's. Go ahead.
I mean, the fact that a game from 1980 can kind of instill that feeling in me, I think it's pretty impressive. It doesn't necessarily make it a great game, but it
Right.
makes it a game that I respect a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I wonder if it's one of those, because we have to remember there were games during this period of time, like the early '80s, that totally had quote unquote AI to the point that it could like it would learn from what you were doing, and
Right,
like because of the way it was programmed, it would adapt what it was doing.
right. Or you know, it would sure feel that way to the player at
Right.
least.
Well, I mean,
Like,
there were certain games that were advertised as having that. Like, there's the Nintendo game Xanax, I think it is.
oh,
That it,
Xanax.
or Xanax, yeah, that's advertised as having AI.
Right.
Now, whether that's actually the case is a different story. But
Yeah, I mean, it is AI in the sense that, it is. I mean, the term AI is such
well,
like it's so vague. It can mean so many different things. I mean, this game definitely has AI. Like the
right,
car, the opposing car does react to you, and it's programmed in a clever way that makes it feel like it's learning from what you do and stuff. Um, like I think that's like in most cases I think that's kind of an illusion. Um,
sure.
but it's a good illusion. Like it makes you feel like you're playing against like an advanced intelligence.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, especially with a game like this, it could easily, with enough if-then statements within programming, go, hey, if there are no, if there are no dots on these particular lanes, you know, obviously the
The player isn't going to go
the
there.
player is less likely to go there. So, stay
Yeah.
in these lanes more often. That's
Y- Yeah, like I definitely feel like if you're both in an empty lane, I definitely feel like the computer will veer into a lane that has dots in it because it knows that the player is more likely to go there.
yeah, yeah,
So even if you're like uh approaching a head on collision, it'll still change because it knows that you're likely to change.
right.
And I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
Ah, one dot left.
Oh man.
Oh, that's so frustrating. All right, second screen. Oh, missed my turn.
Yeah, I've done that way too many times. Oh, yep, did the thing that I did 20 times before, expecting something different.
Yeah.
I just did it again. Son of a.
Yeah, this game is cruel.
I feel like if I
But
go fast enough, I can. Oops, no, I didn't turn there at all.
and you can sort of hold the direction that you're going to
Ooh.
want to turn. Like like you can hold the direction way before you actually get there to kind of like preload it.
Oh wow! If you like hold down going fast the whole time, you can only change one lane at a time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. So
Interesting.
there's some element of, strategy there.
Yeah.
Like you have to go slow sometimes.
Ooh, I did it. Yeah.
Good job.
Oh, didn't do it that time. Did the same thing I've done like 20 times. I'm sure people watching are gonna be like, "What the fuck, Mike?" Did the same thing like 12 times in a row, dude. What do you expect?
Well, I suggest that they try playing this
Yeah,
game,
you play the fucking game.
and you'll see that it's not as easy as it looks.
Of a bitch. This.
Well, I'm ready to put this
Yeah,
game on the list if you are.
really. It's good. Hmm.
Well, I definitely think it's better than Miner 2049er.
Definitely.
It's
Definitely.
similar in some ways, but not the ones that make that game so horrible.
Yeah.
I'd rather play this game than Gauntlet.
Oh, absolutely. Stargunner.
Hmm. I like Stargunner. I like the sense of speed that you have.
Same
I
has
like
the
how,
same kind of like feeling though. Like when you go fast, man, you like you're going really fast. Especially
yeah,
because the computer can't also go fast. Like you
yeah,
really feel like you're flying.
yeah. So you take this over Stargunner?
I think it goes between Real Sports Football and Stargunner. Like it has the same kind of feeling with Real Sports Football where it's like I feel like if you play it enough, you could really learn the like nuances of what the programming is going to do
Yeah.
and be able to like abuse it, but at the same time it's it's nowhere as deep as.
Okay. Yeah. It kind of has that same simple to learn, difficult to master kind of feeling to it.
Yeah, and the problem with Stargunner is it's the I mean it doesn't have that simple to learn, you know, hard to master thing. It's just repetitive. Like but the controls are like crazy tight. Whereas I will say having to like make the decisions of where you're turning so early is a it's probably the one fault that I have with this game.
Yeah. And I feel like that like you can learn someone could learn to adapt to that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Um
sure there's like a perfect break point of when you need to make the decision, and you could learn what those are on each of the various levels within the track, like the different or not the different tracks within the level, like
right.
dependent on how quickly around you're going and everything. But yeah, that is
So
definitely that's definitely the one problem I have with the game.
right. So you don't think this is better than Venture?
No, Venture, man, Venture just does so many cool things. Even if it is super short, like that game is crazy ambitious with what it does.
Yeah, it is. And I feel like it controls a little better
Oh, definitely.
and
Yeah,
it's it's just more interesting. Like Dodgem is a single screen arcade game, the same single screen every time.
right.
And the one mechanic that it has, I feel like it's really addictive, but
Yeah.
it's just not quite as interesting as Venture.
Yeah, I definitely I would definitely put it between football and Star Gunner just because it's one of those games like Star Gunner's not a game that I'm going to play a bunch, whereas I could easily see myself, I mean, sit down and play and 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 play Dodge 'em for like 20 minutes just because
Yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like once you get the hang of things and get the idea of like what you're trying to do, like they're with being able to speed up and slow down and change lanes and like how it's there are limitations that you can take advantage of and there are limitations, there are like advantages that you have over the computer that you can try and leverage. Like there's a lot of like nuanced strategy to the game that you don't see at first.
yeah, I agree. So below football then?
Yeah, I'd say it's our new number
Okay.
4.
All right, that sounds good to me. Uh, so congratulations to Dodgem, our new number 4 Atari 2600 game of all time. Not a top 3 game, but still still quite a good one.
Absolutely. I Yeah, that's gonna be one that's gonna be, I think, might be hard to take a step over.
Yeah. Well, we still have 5 games to get through this episode, so let's find out.
All right, so
Uh,
next up is a game that I'm bringing first of mine, and it is called, put up the wrong game. It's called Stargate.
yes, not based on the movie or the TV show.
Not that I mean, based on what you're doing in the game, no, I would say not, but it's
Yeah.
definitely uh
I think it predates the movie. I think that was early 90s.
oh, that's true. You're right. But it's a game that you play with two joysticks.
Oh,
Um but I will say the second joystick is basically you just hit the button. Um
okay.
but I also played the entire game without doing that at all, so I don't think it's necessary. But this game is hard. So
Right.
so basically the objective of this game, and I'll go ahead and start it, is you're well, I just immediately got shot by an alien. There are these little alien. There's like, so you have four people on the bottom of the screen at a time that you're trying to keep alive.
Right.
And they can get abducted by like the skull head looking guys. Um, and each wave you have son of a bitch, got me again. You have a certain amount of guys that you have to kill, and if they start to abduct one of your guys, you can shoot the guy down. You can shoot him down. But if they fall too far, they'll die. And if those watching my stream, you'll see one of my guys died already. I didn't even hear him take him. Oh,
But
I
y-
just
you
got a game
can
over.
you can grab onto the guys and set them back down.
Right. Son of a gun.
Yep, game over for me.
My God. I keep crashing into things.
So this is the sequel to Defender.
This is the sequel to Defender. But then it also has, if you look at it, it has these Stargate things that you can. I, I, it
Y-
explains what they are, but man, it does not do a good job of explaining what they do exactly.
Hmm. I mean, they warp you somewhere.
They warp you somewhere, but boy howdy, I have no idea. Oh, and you can accidentally shoot the people that they abduct,
Right.
which isn't super great.
Yeah, that's
Um,
unfortunate for them.
oh my God. I don't know if this game would be easy. I'm sure this game would probably be easier if I was using the second button, if I was using the second controller and the other button. But that's
Right. So
that's
what does that button do?
so that button. You have like these bombs that you can use, and then you also have like um. What to this? Was smart bombs, Inviso. It like turns you invisible for a
Mm-hmm.
second, and then the last part of it is hyperspace.
Right.
Just like a random teleport. Oh,
So it does all three of those things when you press the second button.
well, it uses the bombs first, and nope, I just got a game over. It uses the bombs first until you run out of bombs. Then it uses the Inviso until you run out of the Inviso, and then it uses the hyperspace.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I'm gonna just go in and map that to another button on my gamepad here.
that's a good idea. Probably could have done that.
Let's see. So right joystick fire,
Oh, I
I'll
saved it.
map to that button.
That's the first time I've done that.
Congratulations.
I, to be honest, most of the time I've accidentally shot them instead.
Yeah, that's real easy to do. So yeah, I wasn't aware that there were, like, I knew that the Indiana Jones game uses two joysticks for a one-player game. I didn't realize there was another game that did that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Although mapping it to a button is definitely a luxury that anyone playing it back in the day wouldn't have had. Like, they would have had to use two physical joysticks, which is a lot harder.
Yeah. So apparently if you hit up and down on the joystick, it changes what the button does. So you can use like Inviso or whatever before the other stuff.
Yeah.
But that just seems like a pain in the butt. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like, people don't have enough hands to do that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Like in Indiana Jones, I think it's not like a fast-paced action game, so you actually have time to slow down and do stuff on the other controller.
Yeah.
Doing it in the thick of battle, I think, would be a little much to ask for.
Oh.
So I think when you go through a Stargate, it warps you somewhere where a person is being abducted.
Really?
Yeah, because every time I've gone through a gate, if there's someone being abducted at the moment, it takes me like close to that.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because you can sort of tell in the radar, because it's like two dots for the spacecraft and then one dot below it for the person, but everything's kind of blinking on and off, and it's a little hard to tell.
Yes, it is.
Much like Defender, if a ship gets to the top of the screen with a person, it becomes like a super alien. Yep. That's a lot faster and more powerful.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Keep dying.
I've made it to wave 3.
Oh, I just made it to wave 3. On my last life, but...
Congratulations.
3.
I think this play...
Go ahead.
No, you first.
I was just gonna say I made it to wave 3 when I was playing it on my own as well. Like,
yeah.
You think it plays well?
I think this game plays really well. The sprites, they don't flicker constantly, which is nice. Your ship has a little bit of momentum on it, which takes some getting used to. But Defender was the same way, and
no.
Like, I think the momentum makes it, it makes it feel real, man.
Makes it feel real.
It's like you're really flying a spaceship.
I just had a really shitty thing of trying to say, like, one of the aliens was abducting my dude, but it was right above the Stargate.
Yeah.
And it was like pulling it towards the Stargate, so the dude was dropping, and I went to grab them, and I teleported through the Stargate instead.
Oh.
And they died. Oh, and I just shot one of my guys. Son of a...
I need to remember to actually use the smart bombs now that I have that button mapped.
I don't even know what... I do have to... I don't even know what they do. Like, do they just kill everything on the screen?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a screen wipe. And the yellow bar below your ship, I think, shows you how many you have left.
Well, made it to wave 3 and immediately got killed by the 3 dudes that are together.
Yeah, this game does have some RNG issues.
Yeah, they spawned directly on top of me.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're.
Oh, so the yellow bar, those like they're sort of bomb shaped.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. You have
yeah,
you have 3 bombs.
yeah,
I definitely think you're right about the Stargate. It does take. Son of a dick. Shot one of my dudes again. It does take you directly to someone that's getting abducted.
yeah.
Okay, alright, well. Wave 2, the little birdie guys, they've just both decided they were gonna fly directly at me. Okay.
I just finished wave 2 by crashing into the last ship, and then
I've done that too many times.
yeah, and that was my last life, so it was an immediate game over.
There's just so many. The momentum of the ship is definitely something that's really difficult to get used
Yeah.
to. Save a person.
In my opinion, these guys should go inside.
I agree.
I wouldn't be outside if all these aliens were abducting people.
Dude, the way that it was that the manual described it, it made it sound like you could just pick them up and like take them with you. So that's originally what I was trying to do. Obviously, it wouldn't let me do that. I was like, well, what the fuck?
Hmm. I mean, you can. Like, like if you shoot the alien ship and grab the person, you can fly around with them for a little bit. I wonder if anything happens if you go through a Stargate while you're holding a person.
That's a good question.
I'm going to attempt to try that, yeah.
Oh my god. Immediately crashing into the pit. Wave 3. Ow! Leave him alone. Oh. I would have tried that, but I shot him. Oh, well, they died. Oh,
You know if this game has any other modes or difficulties or anything?
you double check the manual. I don't believe so.
Shit.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Because it looks like you could theoretically get more ships and bombs, but that might be a thing where you just get extras based on score or something.
Ooh, if you make it to the 5th wave, there's like a boss fight.
There's a boss?
Yeah.
Dang.
The 5th wave and every 10th wave after. You'll encounter a Yalabian dogfight. Aliens that appear on the screen are Yabian space guppies, pods, and dynamo. Take skill and practice to make it through. 10th wave, find yourself in the middle of a fire bomber show. Fire bombers are everywhere. And a sharp eye, firing finger.
Wow. So nothing happens if you go through a gate while you're holding a person.
Oh, it just keeps them.
Yeah, but I did discover that you can carry multiple people, which I think
Oh.
is something that you couldn't do in Defender.
So I wonder if it's one of those things where it's like it's best to just quote unquote let them start to get invaded or invaded shit abducted so
Yeah.
that you can just carry them with you to where it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Uh, that sounds like it would be a good strategy. And the way these games usually work, I bet you get more points for doing it that way too.
Probably.
Because it's like a bigger risk.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it seems like it would. Oh my god! It just the momentum thing is killing me. Literally killing me.
You are literally dying in real life.
Well, it's killing me in the game. I just saved somebody by crashing into the alien.
That's how you do it.
Amazing.
Kamikaze rescue mission. Yeah, there have been more than a couple times when I went through a gate and something just immediately smashed into me.
Yeah, well, it does say that the gates are a are dangerous.
I'd say so.
My dude's got abducted. Oh god. Jesus. I will say this game handles multiple enemies on the screen at once really well.
Yeah, it does. So I just killed all of my dudes to see what would happen.
Hmm.
And the world blew up. So I'm just flying through space right now. And all of the like Space Invader aliens, they're all the supercharged versions of them now.
Hmm.
And the world does not appear to come back.
Wow.
Because I made it to the next stage and the world was still gone.
Huh.
So I'm going to kill all my dudes again,
Interesting.
blow up the world, and
Do the same
so
thing,
now
see what happens.
now I don't have to worry about people being abducted.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. Huh.
So this would be the renegade route as opposed to Paragon.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the evil timeline.
Weird sound.
Which ironically, in some ways, it feels like this is easier
I know, right? That's immediately what I was thinking.
because my attention isn't divided between trying to save people and trying to survive.
I'm gonna 100. Like, all it is points, right? I mean,
Yeah.
well, it'd help if I didn't immediately crash into a damn ship.
I mean, it's points plus not being a genocidal maniac.
Well, you know. It's a video game.
Yeah. It's a video game with tough moral choices.
Well, I just immediately crashed into 3 ships in a row. So that didn't last long. Really good at this whole kamikaze thing, let me tell you.
Yeah. I bet in the long run it still pays off to save people because that's probably how you replenish your bombs in some way, like whether it's through getting points or some sort of direct reward mechanism.
I would imagine so, but okay. Back wave 1's
Oh.
gone.
Made it to wave 4 for the first time.
See? Manatees.
Oh. I pressed the other button when I was out of bombs and invisibility and it just blew me up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You could. It does say hyperspace is dangerous.
Yeah.
And you can occasionally just accidentally blow up instead of teleporting.
Yeah. That happens sometimes.
This is way easier. I just made it to wave 3 like it was nothing.
Killing everyone?
Yeah. Well, I say that, but I just died immediately at wave 3 because
See? That's what you get.
I get.
You heartless bastard. Well, I'm ready to put this game on a list whenever you are.
Let's see if I can make it the way for.
Okay.
Oh, teleport. Oh well, okay, I died. All right.
All right. I'm feeling pretty good about this one.
I I really hate the floatiness, but I know that's just a defender thing in general. So
Yeah, it's uh it's something you either get used to or you don't.
yeah.
Um I'd take this over Miner.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I think I'd also take it over Gauntlet.
definitely. I think it might sit. I think for me, they dodge him or this.
So you think Stargate's better than Stargunner?
I do, just because it has more going on. Even if I say more going on, but it's still very much the same kind of thing. It's just Stargunner was more. Well, Stargunner was a one screen, version of this basically, without having
Right.
to save people.
Yeah, like you have a scrolling background, but you're not actually going anywhere.
Right.
And it's just enemies, you blow them up and they just respawn.
Yeah.
And it's just that over and over again forever.
Yeah.
I think that if Stargate had the controls of Stargunner, it might be a
Yes.
number one.
Oh, 100%. If it didn't have the floatiness of the Defender games, I 1000% would enjoy it more, because that is 100% the reason why I crash into things, is because
Yeah,
I'm trying to like turn on a dime and it doesn't want to do that.
right.
I
So
think
is Stargate better than Dodgem?
ugh,
I feel like you have more control in Dodgem.
yeah, even if it
Like,
is a little wonky.
yeah. Um, Dodgem has a more addictive quality, I think. Um, I mean, they're both kind of simple. Like, Stargate does have, like, if saving the people actually did something noticeable,
Right, if it
eh,
wasn't just
there's-
points. Yeah.
right, if there was a reason to do it, I think that would make it more interesting. Um, I mean, it is kind of interesting the way you can kill all of your people, and it's a different game basically.
I mean, I will say that it while it is just points, for every 10,000 points you do earn another smart bomb, another life, and another inviso. So
Okay.
it is, while it is points, it does add up to something.
Yeah, but not fast enough in my opinion.
No. I I think Stargate might be I think Stargate's one of those games where, because it's because it's difficult to control, it's one of those games where you're unfortunately not getting to experience the, like, what happens at level 5, what happens at level 10, what happens at level 15, type of stuff that it has in the manual, where it says stuff happens, but it's like, fuck if I know that happens. I can't get to those levels.
Right. Um, but we also only played it for 10, 15 minutes.
True.
Like if I was a kid at the time in 1984 and my game options were limited, I
Yeah.
could see myself playing that long enough to get good at it to see that later stuff. Um,
I will say Stargate's one of those games that if and this doesn't change where I would put it, but it is one of those games where if you ask somebody like, what's your top 10 Atari games, it's on that list.
for you personally or for people in
For
general?
people in general, for like if you look up on the internet, Stargate's on those lists,
Right. And I can see why.
because
Like
it has a depth to it that's like, it's Defender, which is one of those games that's like an arcade classic, but more.
right. Um, yeah, personally I would probably take it over football even.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's a solid number 3.
okay, you sounded a little more down on it than me, so uh, if you think it deserves to be lower, we can work on the science a little bit.
I mean, that football game is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, for what it is.
Yeah. And that might just be my preference for space
Well,
shooters
I
over
mean,
football
and
games.
I mean, and
So,
I mean, obviously that's fine. I mean, that's no, I mean,
I mean,
as it
I might even take it over Venture, really.
ooh, now that
Um,
that I have to disagree with. I would much rather play Venture, even if it is le- um repetitive in the fact that there's only 2 levels.
yeah. And I mean, technically, Stargate only has one level. Well, I mean, it has more levels, but you have to play it for a really long time to see them.
Right. And
So,
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, yes, it has additional levels, but those levels are literally just, and I mean, well, I mean that's an
like,
Atari thing though. I can't really
yeah,
blame
I
it
mean,
for
it's
that.
they're both arcade games. They're both repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Venture feels better to play for me. Yeah, you're right. It should be below Venture.
Yeah,
And,
I
and
think it,
whether it's above or below football, I'll leave to your discretion. I'm not in the best position to judge the football game, so uh, I'd be happy either way.
it's a tough one, man, because it blows me away. It blows me away that that football game is basically literally a a precursor to Tecmo Bowl, which is like the definitive like console football game.
Yeah,
That's not like, a a Madden or whatever from, way in the future type of stuff.
right. Like for the '80s.
Yes, for the 80s, like Tecmo Bowl is the football game. And that game is literally Tecmo Bowl on the
Without
Atari.
Yeah, like without the stats basically, but it
Right.
plays very similarly.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. So Stargate above Dodgem, below football.
Yeah, I think it's below football.
All right. I can agree with that.
So,
So, congratulations to Stargate. The science has spoken. It is the new number 4 Atari 2600 game of all time. Cool
pretty
game.
wild.
I enjoy it. Yeah,
And
that
honest
seems
Go ahead.
it seems right to me.
I will tell you, like, honestly, when we started, I expected Stargate to be higher.
Yeah, based on its reputation, I probably would too. But the controls are a very specific thing, and
Yeah.
uh, you know, according to the science, I mean, it's peer reviewed. We both agreed
Yeah, right.
uh, that the controls could use a little tightening up.
Yeah, yeah. And I get and I'm sure it's one of those things where it's because it's its predecessor is Defender, and Defender had the same, controls that they just continued. They built on top of that. And it's one of those things where it's like, well, of course we're gonna build on top of Defender. Defender's one of the most successful games, of all time on the Atari, for God's sake. So,
Right.
you
And
know,
in arcades.
and arcades, yeah. So why wouldn't we? But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Okay.
mean,
I need to take a brief break before the next game, so I want to pause the recording.
oh sure, okay,
Go. All right. Break time is over, and I think we're ready to move on to the next game.
absolutely. Let's go,
All right. Next on the list is Spider-Man from 1982.
Peter Man.
Yep, the very first Spider-Man game, if I remember correctly.
Uh, Probably, yeah.
Yep, this was published by Parker Brothers. So you're Spider-Man.
Okay.
You are climbing this building. You press the button to, you have to press a direction and the button to shoot your web. And the longer you hold down the button, the longer the web goes.
Oh, okay.
If you shoot it straight up, you can only climb straight up. But if you shoot it left or right, you can sort of swing back and forth. And there are these quote unquote criminals in the windows.
Okay.
And if you bump into one of the criminals, you get a little bit of your time back and some points. The timer is that red bar down in the bottom right corner.
Oh, so
But
you actually want to hit the criminals?
yeah, you want to touch them.
Oh, okay.
But if they touch your web, then they cut it and Spider-Man starts falling.
Whoa.
If you fall, you can catch yourself by shooting a web. It has to touch the yellow part of the building. If you can't latch onto the windows or the sky, so not accurate to the comic books in that respect.
Interesting.
And the Green Goblin is waiting at the top of this building with the super bomb. And all you have to do is get past the Green Goblin and touch the super bomb to defuse it. And there are these smaller bombs once you get up into this kind of lattice area. They work the same way as the criminals. You can touch them and defuse those bombs for points and add some time back to your timer. But if they blow up on you, you fall.
Okay.
And you don't die. Nothing kills you in this game unless you fall all the way to the bottom. Then you lose a life, or if you run out of time.
Wow. Interesting.
So for this first building here, you can kind of make it to the top just by going straight up the whole time.
Right.
But then the super bomb is directly in the center, so you kind of have to maneuver a little bit to get to a place where you can touch it and defuse it, because you can't latch onto the super bomb either. And that is pretty much it.
Wow, it is very unforgiving about where. Oh my god, I just fell all the way to the bottom.
Yeah. Like if you start falling, it can be a real pain in the ass to try to latch onto something.
Yeah. Because it has to be the yellow parts. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can latch on to like the little strip between the windows, but when you're falling that fast, it's really difficult.
Yeah, and you have like a certain distance that you son of a bee. Yeah.
Yeah, probably the best strategy for if you're falling is to just do as many kind of short web extensions as possible.
Yeah. Gosh.
All right, I just finished level 2, which was an orange building. So level 3 here is another yellow building. And this time the Green Goblin is much lower. He is floating back and forth on his little floaty device thing. I'm sure there's a name for that. Oh, there's 2 Green Goblins. Okay. So Spider-Man is in quite a pickle this time.
So what do you have to do for the thing at the end?
You just touch the flashing square thing. That's the super bomb. 3 Green Goblins.
Oh, Jesus.
I think this game may not be canon. Also, that might be the Hobgoblin and not the Green Goblin. I don't know the difference. I'm sorry. I'm not a comic book person. Well, I'm not a superhero comic book person.
My god, I am terrible at this.
Yeah, it takes some practice to get the hang of, using the web rope. And honestly, sometimes I fall for reasons that aren't clear. Like, sometimes I'll be stuck to part of the building and I go to shoot a web and I just fall for seemingly no reason.
Yeah.
Right, I'm at a. Oh, what? Oh, I ran out of time. Okay. So, yeah, as the game progresses, like you can get through the first few levels without really worrying about the criminals in the windows,
Yeah.
but eventually, the time,
What the?
you
Oh, I
know,
ran out of time.
yeah, like eventually it takes so long to reach the top that you have to catch some of these guys to refill your time bar. And the manual says that's how much web fluid you have, but it ticks down even if you're just
Oh,
stationary, like even if you're not moving. So it's really just like a timer.
yeah.
The Green Goblin's cut my rope. That bastard.
What?
Well, 630 points. That doesn't feel too great.
I mean, I'm at 290, so. Oh,
Yeah.
come on. That was.
Yeah, this is not one of those high scoring kind of games. But you get a jaunty little tune when you start a new game.
Poop and poop. Poop and poop. Poop and all the poop.
Also, I would say the little spiders that show how many lives you have left look more like scorpions.
Yeah, they do.
But that's the limitation of the system for you.
Yeah.
I mean, this character is identifiably Spider-Man.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
The red and blue parts of the costume are comic book accurate.
yeah. Did a good job with that. Who's this made by? Parker Brothers.
Parker Brothers. Yeah. They made a bunch of good games for the system. And possibly a handful of bad ones.
Yeah. I can't figure out how to grab the damn bomb at the end.
Yeah, you have to move into a position
What
where
Fudge.
your body is colliding with it. And it's difficult because you can't shoot your web through that area. So you kind of have to maneuver around a little bit.
Yeah. Frustrating.
It is. Yeah.
Sorry for the people watching. This is awful. Ah.
Well, if you tune into my video, I'm doing slightly better here, but I've had some practice. Mike is going in blind, so.
Yeah.
And the Green Goblin, the radius at which he can cut your rope is a little unfair, I think.
Goodness gracious. It's like one mistake and it's like just the end of the world.
Yep. It's tough being Spider-Man.
Never knew he had to be so pinpoint accurate. Oh my goodness.
And if you shoot the rope straight up, you can sort of go forward and back a little bit.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
go up and like push up and down to go up and down. So if there's like
Fuck me.
So if a criminal pops up in the window below you, you can sometimes get them that way.
Yeah, I just tried to do that. It didn't work.
The bombs, I don't know how you're supposed to defuse those because you can't shoot your web through them, and there's so little space to maneuver around them that if I try, I'm usually gonna fall.
Whoa, dude! The like big bomb at the end finally blew up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that could happen.
Well, I guess you just have to be bad enough because I was. Yeah.
Oh,
It 100% just blew up.
wow. Gonna have to watch that video back.
Yeah, it started going boom, down, 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 down. The screen was flashing, and I was like, "Oh fuck, what do I do?"
Oh, geez. I think the idea for this game, especially at the time, is really cool.
Yeah, this
Like
is
this game sort of predicted games like Bionic Commando,
oh yeah.
where swinging around is the primary means of motion.
Oh.
The swinging isn't great, but
Wow, I just died twice in a row super fast. Jesus.
you need better spidey senses.
Awful. Oh my god, these windows.
Yeah. You keep getting the blue screen of death.
Son of a bee. Just want to climb.
We all want to climb.
Alright, Goblin, go away.
We all
What?
want to
What?
ascend and get a taste of that shiny brass ring in red and blue spandex.
No, no. Come on, game. It was like a pixel. Really? The pixel.
Yeah.
Ugh, the pixel.
Oh, what? I should have latched on there. That's a load of bullcrap. Hey, I defused a bomb. That's cool.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times. God. Please, please, just climb up.
Yeah, this would be a lot easier if it worked like the comic books, where you can just kind of latch onto the sky.
Yeah. Oh my god. No.
Oh, come on.
Oh. Game over.
Yep. Game over.
The windows, man. Windows.
Yep.
Just couldn't grab them.
From the windows to the floors.
No, no, no.
Well, are you ready to put this on the list?
I at least want to get one bomb. Hold on.
Okay.
We close the last time and then the windows fucked me.
Yeah.
Climbing the fucking Eiffel Tower or something. Oh my god, come on. How am I supposed to get up there? No. Goblin,
How do I
no.
shot web?
Can I shoot it at a 60-degree angle instead of only a 45?
That's a very good question. Peter Parker is famously good at math, so you would think he would be able to figure out other angles.
Died again.
This game was made in the age of the analog controller. You could have more precise control. Well, 700 points. I think that might be my high score.
Nice. Zero points, but I'm trying to get to the top. Oh.
I think this game looks and sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Red Goblin. F you in the butt, dude. Right in the butt.
Good gracious. I tried to latch on to the sky. doesn't work.
No, why?
Like,
That's
I wish you could adjust your line after you shoot it out
agreed.
to try to get some of those like tiny pixel landings.
Yeah.
But I guess that's where most of the challenge in the game comes from.
Well, ran out of time. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Oh
It's a
boy.
really it's a really unique concept for a 2600 game.
It is a very cool and unique concept, but holy moly, is that difficult.
Yeah. They didn't quite nail the execution. Um so I'm debating whether I might prefer playing minor.
Ooh, really? Wow, I don't think it's that bad.
I mean, I guess I did make it to level 3 in this, which is further than I made it in minor.
True.
It has the same kind of frustration to it.
It does.
Um,
It definitely does.
I think minor might be frustrating uh to a greater degree.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's not that different in my mind. Um,
I I was prepared to put it below Stargunner, but
yeah.
if you think it's if it's you think it's that low, I would uh,
No, I think it's better than minor.
I
I'm
would
not
I would
sure
I
if
would put it between Gauntlet and Minor.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That seems like the right place for it because Gauntlet, like, it's frustrating, but it's not like
You can get in a groove in Gauntlet to where it's like it's not the worst.
yeah.
Like
And
it took me a little bit, but like when we were playing it for the episode, I got into a groove where I wasn't doing too terrible. And I almost got to I got to the end, but then the game was like, nope, you got to keep going. Like there wasn't an end. It seemed it was weird.
well, most of these games, once you reach the end, it'll loop,
Yeah,
um, and it's a little harder on each loop for a while. So
I think that's what it did. I'm not for sure.
yeah. All right. So above minor, below gauntlet.
Yes, I think so. Is
Okay.
is definitely there are definitely a lot of things wrong with that game, but at least it doesn't completely reset things.
Right. Yeah, like minor. I
Like
mean, you start at the bottom of the building every time, but
sure, but
like getting to the top and defusing the bomb once you're in a groove, it doesn't take nearly as long as just finishing a level of minor, just because the movement
right,
is so slow.
right, agreed.
So, congratulations to Spider-Man, our number 8 best Atari 2600 game of all time.
Yeah,
It's in the top 10. That's
yeah,
respectable.
yeah, yeah.
Will it stay there? Probably not. But
Probably not. We'll
you
see.
know, for now, it's a pretty good showing.
All right. Next, we have.
This is a game that Mike brought. I had never heard of this game.
Yeah, I had never heard of this game either, and
This game comes to us from the far-flung future of 1998.
yeah, and we're gonna see why we've never heard of this game.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's called Alfred Challenge. Um, this game is a game that was again made in 1998 by his name is the reason why it says Backer at the bottom is that's the dude who made it. That's his last name.
Yeah, and from the manual, it seems like this was made for some sort of competition.
Yeah, it was made for some competition that happened in 1998, and
Like, I didn't read a lot of the manual. I just took a look at the cover page and uh, tried to figure out when it was made. So I'm, like like the formula goes, I'll be going into this blind.
So Alfred Challenge is one of those games from this era that the manual is um 7 pages, and 5 pages of it is story that was
Oh
written for
boy.
the game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I
Uh
do like lore, so
so basically the story is Alfred is uh he's in this village where the village every I think it's every 10 years there's this thing that appears where they go into like this like a volcano or something that just has this challenge that they have to attempt to go through, and if they complete the challenge they get to become the village chief, and that's what he's attempting to do.
I see.
um
And
yeah,
Alfred appears to be some sort of egg.
he's like some sort of like egg with arms and legs. I have
Well, I see the legs.
yeah I
I'm not
have
seeing much in the way of arms there.
yeah I have no idea where that comes from. But basically the gist of the game is there are these flashing things on the screen that you have to touch. They're keys. They open up doors, and once you open up the third door, you can go up the ladder. The ladders that you can climb are the ones that are just straight lines across the whole time. The ones that are alternating lines are slides. Um, and it's one of those things where once you start going down the slide you can't stop, and it is a bit slow, so you kind of want to time it ahead of time. You can't do anything to the enemies that are going back and forth. All you can do is avoid them.
Okay. So I'm seeing some parallels to Miner 2049er here.
Yeah. uh Also, it has no music whatsoever. It only has sounds for jumping and dying.
Right.
If you have an analog stick, I highly recommend using it instead of the D-pad.
Well, unfortunately I don't.
Well, you're gonna hate this game even more than I do. Because the analog stick made a huge difference to the controls of the game.
Really?
Because yes, because uh the ladders are very finicky about where you need to be to go up and down them,
Hmm.
and basically you have to be pixel perfect on them, or you can't go up and down. And it's a bit more forgiving, son of a bitch, when you use the analog stick.
Hmm. Well, so far I haven't had much trouble with the ladders.
Oh,
It's these pixel perfect jumps that are kind of messing me up.
um,
Okay, so you at least get to choose when you go down the slide. You don't just automatically fall
right.
down.
Yeah, you get to choose when you go down the slide, so it's not a huge deal. It's just it takes a minute to go up and down the slide, or to go down the slide, I should.
Okay, yeah, the second ladder is giving me the business.
Yep, that's the one
Also,
that.
I like how the climbing is just a static frame of the walk cycle.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the
It doesn't
same.
need.
It's the same for going down the thing, down the
Yeah.
slides. Oh, sheesh! Did it again.
Okay. So I got the first key, and it unlocked the door here where I can get the second key. And I slid into the frog,
Yep,
and I have to get the first key again.
yep.
My
Welcome,
God.
welcome to Alfred Challenge.
Welcome to Hell World, motherfucker.
I spent like 20 minutes figuring out literally what to do on the first level. Um,
Yeah.
what I needed to do to like perfect it, because you also have a time limit.
Yeah, I see the bar ticking down there.
Uh huh.
It seems relatively generous.
It it can be until you realize if you aren't like super fast, not have enough time to finish the whole level.
Really.
Yeah,
Well, that's a bummer.
yeah. Uh, because it's gonna make you go through the first part of it like 3 times.
R- Wait, what?
Yeah, this first little part where there's like the dude and you have to jump across the where like the disappearing thing is.
Uh huh.
You have to go across that 3 times to finish the level.
Great.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
about to beat
I,
the first level.
oh, well, that's better than I've been able to do.
I'm about to beat
I,
the first level and the time was like fucking 3 seconds away from ticking down and not making it.
oh, geez.
The second
Well,
level is incredibly annoying.
oh, great. So not like the first level then.
Yeah. The first level is easy in comparison to the second level. Or yeah. Second level was way harder.
Well, I got the second key and then I jumped into the frog.
Yep.
It's a pretty cute frog.
Yeah, I mean the sprites that they have are really good. The sprites for the character are really good.
Yeah,
Everything else
it,
about this game is total shit.
it's somewhat charming.
The fact that there's no music is fucking disgusting.
Well, I think that's pretty common on the 2600.
Is it?
Yeah, very few
Uh,
games had music, and most of the games that have music, you don't really want it.
yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that is true. Quite a few of them are like, God kill me, why?
Yeah, but if there was just like a little tune when you collect something, that might be nice.
Yeah, a little tune when you collect something, a little tune at the beginning of the level, something.
Yeah. Okay, I figured out the strategy to deal with the frog. You kind of have to watch the enemy's paths so you know where you can safely stand.
Do. Alright, beat the first level again, and I'm about to die. Oop. I freaked out and jumped across the thing. Disappeared.
Yeah, I see what you mean about the timer. Now that I have to collect this third key,
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Okay, got the third key. Oh, you can't make that jump.
Why not?
Oh. Oh.
Hmm?
I want to die.
Yeah. Oh my
And it
god, this level, Jesus.
and if you walk too close to the edge of the platform, even if you don't fall off, you die.
You just die. Yep.
Like if your toe is sticking out.
Yep. Does not give a shit.
Ugh.
Oh my.
Well, they weren't lying when they said it was a challenge.
They were not. I had to do this to be the chief of my village. I just wouldn't be.
Yeah, like
Wouldn't
I'm
do it.
cool.
Yeah.
I,
That
I
is,
don't need a fancy title.
yeah, Jim can be the chief. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to live the happy, simple life of an egg
An
with
egg with
checkerboard pants.
an egg with legs and hands for some reason.
Yeah. All the crab you can eat.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that sounds pretty good.
So you're also playing on the easiest difficulty.
Oh boy.
There are higher difficulties where the monsters are way faster.
Uh, is there a two-player mode?
Nope.
1998.
Yeah, man.
You know, with all of the knowledge we've gained about how the 2600 works, people were making some pretty impressive games late in the Atari 2600s. I mean, after the natural life of the 2600,
Mm-hmm.
the homebrew scene was still producing a lot of games that are highly enjoyable. I would not call this one of them.
Definitely not.
I mean, it's still better than I could do. Like, I don't know how to program a game for the 2600. I bet that's really hard.
Right.
Um, but there was that Halo game that came out.
Oh yeah, dude, that stuff was crazy.
Yeah, like with
Oh, this level.
with the years of hindsight as to how this hardware works, people have been able to push it to make some cool stuff. So too bad they didn't choose to go that route here.
Oh my god. Because I decided to jump a pixel early, death.
Yeah,
Oh
I still have not finished the first level.
god. Oh, that's screwed up.
All right, so when I get this third key, part of this platform is going to disappear.
Right, so when you get the third key, what you have to do is you go down.
Right, which I tried doing, and I slid too slow, and the flashing frog got me.
Yeah. You gotta time it to where basically you have to jump over him, grab the thing, and then avoid him, and then go down.
Yeah. Well, I got crabbed.
You got crap.
Alfred Challenge, the game that gives you crabs.
What's sad is like I'm shitting on this game, and what's sad is like the dude who made this, like there's a copy of this game that's scanned into like the Atari Mania website or whatever, that has
Mhm.
where he like signed it for a fan,
Yeah.
and like it literally says like, you know, thanks for your support, and for supporting games like the, like I think he purposely made the game like it is, like as like an homage to like the OG versions of all up, like the OG versions of Atari games, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think this was this is like the only thing that he could. I think he purposely made it like hard.
Yeah. And I get that. Like there's a there's sort of an ironic or maybe not ironic enjoyment that people have of the super difficult games.
Yeah, it's the nowadays it's the Dark Souls community, type of thing.
Right. Yeah, Alpha Challenge is the Dark Souls of video games.
Oh my god, I did it again. Ugh. So yeah.
All right. Got to be careful with this frog. I've almost finished the first level.
Oh snap! You're gonna finish the first level and then immediately die. Just be prepared for
Shit, I
that.
have to go down the slide. Fuck. Go down the slide. No, you asshole. Go down the slide. Okay. Go down. No.
Did you die?
I killed myself.
Yeah.
I'm ready to rank this one.
Okay, I'll stop. Yeah.
Boy, that was an experience.
Yeah, I told you. I told you, man.
I gotta thank you for that one.
Yeah. It was a real stinker.
Yeah.
So the question is that game worse than Minor 2049er?
That's tough.
I will say
The moving and jumping feels better,
1000%. The moving and
but
jumping feels better.
the ladder climbing feels worse.
Feels so much worse.
If you didn't have to line yourself up on like the exact pixel.
I will say I would have I would have immediately completely shat on the controls for this game if it wasn't for the fact that I switched to using the analog stick. The analog stick completely fixes that issue, which is a
See,
more true emulation of playing with the original controllers.
maybe, but I feel like if it doesn't have actual analog control, it shouldn't make that much of a difference because it's
Yeah.
still just four directions. And I don't know, maybe like maybe you can finesse the stick a little bit more than you can with the D-pad. And
I think it's possibly, and honestly I don't know how the controllers work for the Atari, so I could be wrong. I think it's because you have to, with the D-pad, you have to hit, up and down at the exact point, like the exact pixel point that it wants you to.
mhm.
It's the analog stick is basically doing that over and over again, so it's triggering it more often.
Oh, yeah. So you're sort of like you get more opportunities to find that pixel.
Right, dude. I can tell you, if you watch me playing, you can see it happen where like you can jump like directly onto the ladder almost. Like you basically jump directly onto the bottom of the ladder and hit up, and it just immediately starts climbing. Like you don't have to like you. It completely skips the being pixel perfect. It,
Yeah.
it it's so strange. Literally the only game I've ever seen to where it, like, playing with the analog stick is legit just better.
Mm, okay.
It's very weird.
Well, with that said, do you think it's better than Miner 2049er?
It's just as frustrating as Minor 20.
Yeah.
I mean, it has that same, you die once, it resets completely. You have to do it all over again. But
Yeah.
it also it's
Okay. So I would say the two main things you do in both games are walk and jump. Like
sure.
that's like 90% of the action. There's climbing and sliding in both, but most of it is walking and jumping. And this game does walking and jumping better.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think
And I think based on that alone, that places it above Miner.
yeah,
Um,
I agree. Yeah.
would you rather play this or Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, I think.
I think I agree.
Yeah. I would probably play Spider-Man again over this.
Yeah.
This game I fired it up. I read the manual. Skipped the wonderful. I scanned through what its silly little story, and read what the manual had to say, and was like, "Oh, okay. Sure." And I fired it up and I played it for 5 minutes, and I was like, "Oh my god, I have to play this again."
So you would say the egg lore does not redeem the game.
It does not at all. No. It
All
does not
right.
at all.
Yeah, the Bounty Bob lore is a little bit more interesting, I think.
Yeah. If man, if the controls for Miner 2049 once are bad, this would be below it. But
Yeah,
because the
I think I
controls are so
agree.
bad, it unfortunately puts it at above it, but just barely.
Yeah. So congratulations to Alfred Challenge, the new number 9 best Atari 2600 game of all time. Still a top 10 game.
Still a top 10 game.
So is
Still
Miner 2049er.
yeah, yeah, still not the worst game that we've played so far. So
Yep.
that's definitely something.
That's something.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Mr. Backer on making a better game than Miner.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Up next is another side scrolling space shooter with Gate in the title.
Oh.
This
I
is called Laser Gates.
I would not have assumed that that's what this game was.
Yep, that is exactly what this game is.
Oh.
Um, but it's pretty different. Um,
Oh.
I think this game does some cool original things. So half the screen is taken up with your UI there, that shows your energy, shields, and D time. Energy is basically your fuel. You only have one life. You lose when your energy runs out or your shields run out.
Okay.
Uh, you can refill your energy. If you see a green box on the screen, don't shoot it because you need that to live. And then your shields go down as you run into obstacles or are shot by enemies.
Okay.
And I immediately ran into a laser gate.
Okay, so what do you do about the laser? Do you just shoot the laser gates?
You just dodge them.
Dodge them. Okay.
Yeah, they come in different patterns. Some of them are, easier to dodge than others.
Hmm.
And there are various things in this game trying to shoot you. There's stationary, like radar, sort of looking stations that shoot lasers at you. There are missiles that fly directly at you, and there are like weird mouth-looking enemies called rock munchers.
Okay.
Basically, so you're flying through the computer that controls the world, and it is activating its self-destruct sequence.
Oh. Okay.
There are 4 chips that you have to get to, and the D time, the bottom thing on the UI there, is basically how long you have until you get to the next chip.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of the timer for each area. There are these gray columns that you have to just shoot through.
Yeah.
Which is reminiscent of later side-scrolling shooters like Gradius and stuff. They have similar things.
Dude, this game is cool.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I think it's pretty neat. The momentum is kind of constantly pushing you backwards unless you're pushing forward on the controls.
Yeah.
But in some ways that makes it easier to line up with some of these obstacles.
This reminds me of I don't know.
I mean, it reminds me of a few games in a few ways, but like none have all of the elements that this game has.
Definitely not. This is cool. This is a very cool game.
Yeah, this was made by Imagic, which had a bunch of good games on this platform.
Really?
Yeah, or maybe iMagic. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it was iMagic. Yeah, iMagic is what it said at the top. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how it's pronounced.
Oh, I see. Makes sense. Oh, well, it was like something that had like a score or something on it. Deal with that.
Yeah, you get points for shooting enemies and stuff. Your score is, I mean, it is important. With every 10,000 points you get, it regenerates a little bit of your shields.
Oh, okay.
So it is worth it to, shoot enemies. The toughest enemy to shoot is the homing missile. I kind of got hit by that a lot.
Ah, I died. Poop.
But I've learned that you can hide from the homing missile by lowering or raising yourself into one of those trenches.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, the homing missile can't track you there. It'll just fly right by you.
That's cool. Actually, it's kind of cool that it pushes you back because it makes dodging the laser gates easier.
Yeah, there was a Konami arcade game called Scramble that I think this game took a few hints from. It had kind of a similar constant backwards momentum thing.
Really cool.
And if you push forward enough, you can like speed up and fly through the corridor faster, but that's not typically recommended.
I see what you mean. Oh shit! Oh shit! I'm dead. Oh, I died.
The sound effects in this game are really gnarly, but in a way that kind of works for me.
Yeah.
Like, I like how every obstacle has its own unique sound effect.
Yeah.
The shooting noise is good, the explosion noises are good.
Definitely.
And And I think the laser gates themselves look really cool.
They do look really cool. Oh, I see what you mean about, oh, damn it. About dodging the missiles.
Yeah, it can be tricky because you take damage for touching the sides.
The stupid satellite shoots me every damn time.
Yeah. Unfortunately for the satellites, it's helpful to stay kind of closer to the middle of the passage because they typically shoot high or low.
Yeah.
But for the missiles, you want to be high or low to dodge those, so it's a balancing act.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of like a little weird frog-looking thing. Oh, I hit the damn floor. Those are so
The name of your ship in this game is the Dante Dart.
The Dante Dart, really?
Yeah, which I think is pretty badass.
That's kind of cool.
I kind of wonder if that was like partially the inspiration for the Vic Viper from I forget if that was Gradius or R-Type, but whichever game it was with the Vic Viper, that's a cool name for a ship.
That is cool. Yeah. Damn it. This game is wicked.
Yeah, I think this is really cool.
Yeah.
I've only made it past the second chip, is the farthest that I've made it. At some point, I don't know if you've made it to a chip or not, but the way you destroy them is by shooting one of the pins. And after the first one, some of the pins are booby-trapped, so you kind of have to find the right pin to shoot.
Oh. How do you know which one's the right one?
It's just trial and error.
Oh, interesting.
And I think more pins are booby-trapped the further you get in the game. So if you shoot a booby-trap pin, you take a little damage, but if you shoot it twice, it blows you up.
Oh, okay.
So you have to be kind of careful. Ah,
Pay
damn it.
attention to what happens when you shoot it. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
I will say the sound effect for the bat is obnoxious. Shit. But bats are always the worst enemy in any video game,
Yeah.
so
Is
that
that
makes sense.
what that's supposed to be as a bat? Looks like
That's what it looks like to me.
It looks like looks kind of like a frog, like jumping up and down to me, but
Oh, it could be.
I can see it being a bat.
Yeah, I think the manual calls it a bat.
Ah, man. The ones that move up and down are really tough to get through.
Yeah. Those are the toughest ones.
Oh,
And then as you progress through the game, the gates get faster,
poopy.
and the whole game kind of speeds up as you progress.
I did not make it to one of the chips.
Well, I'm sure you would. I mean, once you kind of learn how all the enemy patterns and stuff, eventually you would make it there. This might be one that's actually easier with the D-pad, because the movement is pretty precise. But I'm not sure.
What? Yeah, I was using the analog stick, but it was okay. Go one more time.
The levels are a little long.
Yeah.
I kind of wish you could get to the first chip a little quicker.
Whoa. What's with the lasers that have like a shiny thing at the bottom of them or whatever? Gates.
I'm not sure.
Those look different.
Oh, I don't know if I've noticed that.
Maybe just. Oh no, never mind. They all have that. I'm just
Oh, okay.
Just focusing on things, going, wait, is that different? And then it's not. Okay,
Yeah.
they're all the same.
Yeah, this is a game that divides your focus quite a bit. All right. So the chip, it says 6507 on it because the processor.
Oh, I did make it to one of those.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because the processor in the 2600 is the MOS 6507. So you're kind of fighting the Atari itself, I guess.
Oh, that's cool.
Or maybe it's just an homage. I don't know. But yeah, according to the manual, there are four of them, and it's fixed. So I don't know if the game has an ending or if it just loops after you blow up the fourth one.
Huh.
Yeah, the farthest that I've made it is section 3 because the game does speed up quite a bit at that point.
Wonder if I'm just accidentally shooting in the. Like, if you shoot in the wrong place, do you take damage on the chip?
Uh, so I think the first one doesn't have booby traps, and any pin that you shoot will blow it up.
Oh,
I think
okay.
possibly as you progress, the chips have more booby trap pins. So maybe the last one has like 3 booby traps and 1 real one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're right. I was able to just shoot wherever, and it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Ow. Damn pumpkin-looking things. Like watermelon-looking dudes or whatever. Oh, son of
I
a...
think I think the manual calls them rock punchers.
Oh my god. Took like 4 hits in a row of stupid shit.
Yeah.
Damn it, I just flew into one of the stupid gates looking. Damn it. Alright.
You gotta watch out for the laser gates.
Alright, I'm ready. This game is... Yeah.
All right. I'm on section 2 here. Let me see if I can just
Oh,
make it to the next chip real quick. Cuz I have a few hits left.
okay, so...
Ah, homing missiles. My bane. Ah, got taken out by a homing missile.
Ah!
25,942 points.
Most I've had is 21 something.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game rules. I'm ready to rank it whenever you are.
Alright.
Okay.
So yeah. Oh boy. That game is real good.
Yeah. I really want to play more of this game and see how far I can make it.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it's better than Alfred Challenge.
Yeah. Definitely better than Gauntlet, better than Stargunner, better than Dodge 'em.
Yeah. I take it over Stargate.
I would take it over football as well.
Yeah. I think I'd take it over Venture.
I think it might be our new number one.
I think we're on the same page.
Yeah. That game is really, really, really good.
Yeah, it is cool as hell. Was it 1983, I think, or maybe 82? So a
83.
pretty early one.
Yeah, 83.
83, yeah.
By iMagic and Dan Oliver.
Damn, good job, Dan. You made a hell of a game.
It's also known as Inner Space.
Oh, that's weird.
So that might be what it's called in Europe.
Oh, possibly. I know some games had different names when they were sold for the Sears Astrocade or whatever it was called.
Oh yeah, that might be the case too.
But yeah, Lasergate, Inner Space, whatever you call it, I think that is a quality game.
Definitely. Very good game.
Yeah, so congratulations to Lasergates, our new number 1 Atari 2600 game of all time.
Sure. That's very, very earned. That's a hell of a game.
Yeah. All right, so Mike, you brought the last game, and you were in charge of providing the sports game for this week.
Yep, and fortunately, I don't think it's going to be of the quality of our other sports game, but this one is simply called miniature golf.
Well, let's do the science on it before we come to any conclusions.
For sure. It's one of the very first games that came out for the Atari. It's a 1979 game made by Atari. Um, Simply put, you control the big orange dot on the screen. Your ball
Oh, it
is
looks like a
the
blue dot on my end.
oh well, it may be blue when you. Oh yeah, it is blue when you actually start the game. Yeah. You control the blue dot. The yellow dot that you're covering up is your ball. And the way that you determine how hard you hit it is how far your blue dot is away from the yellow dot. But
See,
you'll see the limitation is it stays within the screen.
right.
So it's interesting in the fact that it's one of those games where you're going to do a lot of bouncing off the walls to get it to go far.
Yeah, and you can at least go into the yellow zone.
Yes.
Um, okay, so I'm on the second hole here. Uh, I took like 19 strokes on the first hole, which I think is probably not good.
Well, it doesn't show like doesn't have like a par or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's basically however many. It's one of those things where it's the the scoring system is basically how many shots did it take you to get through the whole thing? Because
Hmm.
it's not going to be one of those games where you can't finish it. Like it's very finishable. It's all about how many strokes did it take you to get to the
Right. So you're just kind of playing for the lowest score possible.
right. Um,
Hmm.
but the thing that's moving back and forth like a pink dot is basically just it's like a thing that gets in the way and it can bounce the ball around. But
Right.
your objective is to make it into the other blue hole that is on the screen.
Right. So it's miniature golf.
It's miniature golf. It's I mean I wouldn't call it miniature golf. It's just golf. Like it's
Well, miniature golf is a lot more about geometry, like bouncing the ball off of things.
oh I guess yeah I guess you're right. It is that.
Yeah, which I think it's kind of refreshing because most early golf games are golf, where
Oh really?
uh yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's one on the Atari, I'm sure there probably is, but like on the NES,
Oh right. Yeah,
you're
they were.
picking your club, you're uh, accounting for the wind, you're trying to get on the green, and this is a much more, you know, sort of geometrical, it's more like billiards than golf, kind of.
Yeah, definitely see that. Um, I I wish that there was a different way to control how hard you hit the ball.
Me too.
That is definitely the worst aspect of this game. Um,
Yeah, because if the ball's at the top of the screen and you need to hit it down, the only way you can really do that in a reasonable number of strokes is by bouncing it
bouncing it
off the
off of
wall as
something.
hard as you can and kind of hoping it goes through the passage.
Yeah. Um.
I, I think the number it displays on the left when you first start a hole, I think that might be the par.
Oh, it might be actually. Now that you mentioned that. See if I can get
I
par.
kind of I wish there was a way to move the I don't know what to call it, the cursor around faster because
Well, It's apparently one of those things where they purposely made it be slower near the ball because of something about precision.
Oh, yeah, I see that now.
But I'm
Okay.
like, why? Why do you need to be precise with this exactly? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good question. Oh, jeez.
Oh, if you get par, it lowers your strokes. Something.
Oh.
No. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh, it just showed the number at the top. Yeah, is definitely what the par is because it shows it on both the orange and or the whatever color that is, blue or
Yeah.
cyan. What is that? For that color, I forget. Fuchsia or something.
Magenta?
Magenta. There you go. Ugh. The
Oh my god.
what?
I don't know what hole I'm on, but I just did really well. Like
Nice.
uh like I bounced it off of multiple surfaces and kind of lined it up with the hole.
Nice.
That felt kind of good.
I'm on. I think this is hole 5,
I think that might be what I'm on.
the one that has like a bunch of lines.
No, it has like 4 blocks and a line in the middle.
I think this is the one after that. One's
Oh, maybe.
horrendous.
Okay. Oh, so that was hole 6. I'm on hole 7. And I think the par on this one is 7 as well.
One is
Okay. I think I see what you're supposed to do.
oh,
So even if your club doesn't have direct line of sight to the ball,
right.
you can still hit it from pretty much wherever.
Yeah.
So you just have to go super far away and just smack the hell out of it,
Yeah.
much like real golf,
Pretty much.
and kind of hope it bounces in the right direction in some cases.
I see that. Oh, oh man. Bad angle. All messed up.
I just sent the ball on a wild journey, and it landed in basically exactly the same spot. Oh no! Don't
No.
go that way. No.
Poop.
I
Ugh.
mean, when it gets bouncing real fast, it feels pretty good.
Yeah. Just getting it
And
to bounce real fast.
yeah, and getting it to land in a spot that's actually helpful.
Right. Oh man, I missed the hole. Son of a bee.
I'm up to 60 strokes.
At 82.
Oh geez. Oh, go in the hole, you
Yeah,
bastard.
there we go.
Ah, no. Oh, these putts are killing me. Yeah, like if you're close enough for the cursor to move slowly, the ball goes nowhere.
Right.
So I don't really understand what the point of that is. I mean, like
Well,
when
we
you're
got
right next to the hole, that's the only time you would ever need to go that slowly. And when you're right next to the hole, it doesn't matter.
right. It's really strange. All right, I flipped it. It's
You
like back.
flipped it?
Yeah, it's back to the first hole, but in different colors.
Oh, okay. So I'm guessing there's 9 holes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on hole 8. So 66 strokes here.
Oh, you're well ahead of me.
I mean, it's still not that great. I'm glad there are no water hazards or sand traps.
Thank
That would be
God.
really annoying.
Agreed.
Like it's kind of annoying enough as it is. Uh,
Yeah.
did you ever play desert golfing?
Desert golfing. No. think
It
so.
was a phone. It's a phone game that also came out on computers. Basically, it's just a golf game that goes on forever. Uh,
Oh, okay.
when you sink a ball, it just scrolls to the next area, and it's like this. It just keeps tally of your total strokes,
Hmm. Okay.
and it's kind of zen. Like you're not meant to really get a certain score or anything. You just kind of go forever and enjoy the physics of hitting the ball around.
Oh, that's
That's
fun.
what this kind of reminds me of that, but
Yeah.
not as fun.
No, it's the act of moving the putter dot around is pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, this is another one of those games that would work better with a mouse or a trackball or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm at 80, so I'm probably going to end up about where you were. I'm
Probably.
on hole 9 here, which is a real pain in the ass.
Actually, I got really lucky with that one. I hit it. The hole nine's the one that has the block like that goes back and forth, and there's like a tiny little hole to get it up in.
Yeah.
I hit it to where it was bouncing the ball back and forth, and it totally just shoved the ball up in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be. Oh, okay. I got it in the little passage. So now I just need to make it go in the hole.
Yep.
All right, 88 strokes.
Hey, beat you by two.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I was just looking to see if, yeah, it doesn't say anything about. Oh, you can play two player,
Oh, that's nice.
so that is an option with it, but it doesn't have anything about using a different controller besides the normal joystick. I was looking to
Yeah.
see.
Like the only other option really would be the paddles, and that doesn't really work because you would need two directions.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. So yeah, fortunately, it is one of those games that
I mean, I think if you're not too worried about your score, you can kind of have a fun time with it, just smacking the ball around and trying to like luck your way into going the right way.
oh for sure, yeah.
Like I would have fun messing around with this. Um, do you know if there are any game options or modes or anything besides two player?
That's what I was looking for. Yeah. The only thing is like there's like a handicap mode that I guess like makes it to where uh what did it say exactly? Handicap ball travels a much longer distance with the difficulty switch than the A position. The left of it. So yeah, I guess
Oh,
you can make it to where the ball goes a little further.
huh. Oh, that might be preferable. Oh yeah, that seems good. Yeah, that's way better.
Oh really? Does that make a difference? I
Yeah,
actually didn't try it.
which
Oh
is weird because the A position is supposed to be advanced and the B is supposed to be basic. So normally B is the easier version. Damn, the ball just keeps going in this mode. This is awesome.
oh wow, yeah, it does. Jesus Christ.
I just
I,
got a hole of one.
I just barely even hit it and it went flying.
Yeah,
No.
like I hit it and the ball just kind of bounced around the screen and eventually made it into the hole.
Oh wow, yeah, if you're like kind of close and you hit it, it just keeps rolling. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah, that's an improvement.
Huh.
I mean, it kind of takes forever for the ball to come to a rest, but once it does, you're usually in a better position.
What? Oh, the pink thing can't knock the ball into the hole.
Aw, pink thing, come on, help a blue dot out. Wait, the ball just bounced off of the hole.
Yeah, that's what it did for me when the pink thing hit it in it.
That was when I hit it.
Oh, really? Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe the pink thing can knock it into the hole. It just did whatever the
Well,
heck that was.
it might be because the pink thing touched it after I did.
Oh, maybe. So the pink thing can't knock it into the hole. All it can do is just put you closer.
Yeah.
No, I missed. God, it's gonna go all the way back to where I was before.
Oh no.
Oh, this is awful. A terrible thing. Pink thing, please stop. Ugh. This is actually harder because it doesn't.
Yeah, when you have to hit it into like a specific zone, sometimes the extra bouncing is a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
One. Stop. No. Okay, thank you.
I will say that real miniature golf would be better if it had giant pink cubes moving across the course. I think that would be an interesting obstacle.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
Real miniature golf would be better if it had giant pink cubes
Oh.
moving back and forth across the course.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, hole 5, par 4.
God,
Give it a smack, see where it goes.
I am doing terribly with this ball, like bouncing more. Eek.
Yeah, it's kind of
A blessing and a curse.
yeah.
Yeah.
To coin a new video game review phrase, it's a mixed bag.
Hey, fourth hole, par 4. Let's see. Oh, barely went anywhere. Oh,
Well, I think I'm ready to do the science if you are.
win.
You said this
Yeah,
game was 77?
79.
79?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's one. It's like in that first 5 ever released type of thing.
Oh.
Pretty sure.
Well, for what video games were at the time, this would have been somewhat entertaining.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely not just a Pac-Man clone or a not a or not even a Pac-Man clone, a
Space Invaders clone?
Space Invaders clone or a you know Pong clone. I
Yeah.
mean it's definitely different, and I mean besides the annoyance of the control being like really herky jerky around the ball because of that decision that they made. I mean the controls are fine. I mean they're not. There are times where it doesn't seem like the angle that I'm hitting it at is the actual angle that it goes.
Right.
Um, I mean the idea of having to bounce the ball a bunch to let it get it to go anywhere. I mean that's kind of neat. I mean it's definitely makes it different than just normal old golf.
Yeah, it's neat. I feel like it's something I don't have much control over.
Yeah,
It's sort of slot machine-esque where you just pull the lever and see what happens, especially on that second mode.
pretty much. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Making the ball loosey goosey definitely adds a bit of chaos to the mix
yeah, in kind of a fun way.
in a fun way. Yeah, but not it's not something that has a lot of replayability in my mind.
Yeah, I'd rather play the minor.
Yeah, I would rather play it than minor. Um, I
I don't know. I kind of like I feel like I was really close to finishing that first level of Alfred Challenge, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel if I put a little bit more time into it, I'm sure I could get there and progress. Like that's a game you can learn.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Alfred Challenge is definitely it's one of those old games that if you and I mean if you sit down and you get past the frustration of having to do the same thing over and over again and really sorry I had to get rid of a cat uh really like focus on what you need to do and like what the game is asking you to do. It's it's one of those things where you can definitely like I can unless I like there's one point that you have to like on the first level where you have to like stop for a second and like time a particular instance of going down one of the slides that is different from just go and like occasionally stop for a second to like wait for something to go by then go type of
yeah,
timing. And once you get that particular timing of that level down, you can pretty much I can pretty much do it every time now. Um
yeah. Like other than the ladders and the slides, lining yourself up with those,
yeah,
like you pretty much have control over what happens in Alfred Challenge.
yes, definitely. I mean there's still the shitty part of like just barely being off the thing
Yeah,
and you know it killing you type of shit. That kind of sucks. But I mean, for the most part, Alfred Challenge is one of those games where if you sit down, you give it 30 minutes an hour, you could probably beat it, to be honest.
yeah,
If you just continued to play it and really learn what it wants you to do in particular instances. Whereas I don't really feel like I, I would never do that with this game.
yeah. Like Alfred Challenge feels like a game. I would say miniature golf feels more like a toy.
Yeah.
Like
It's
it's like a paddle ball or something. It's you can mess around with it for a little bit, have fun seeing where the ball goes. But at the end of the day, it's not like I don't think it would be possible to actually get under par or anything.
no.
I mean, maybe it
Maybe
would.
maybe.
Maybe, maybe someone could, figure out how the movement and momentum works and become super good at it and just kick the game's ass.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm thinking Alfred Challenge is maybe a little better.
Yeah, I would agree. I would probably put it in that area as well. It's definitely not one of the sports games that I would revisit. Um,
Yeah, it's no Spider-Man.
no, no,
It's no Gauntlet.
no.
So yeah, I'd say above Minor, but below Alfred Challenge.
Agreed.
All right, the science has worked once again. So congratulations. This game is just called Miniature Golf.
It is just called miniature golf.
All right, congratulations to Atari's Miniature Golf, the number 11 best Atari 2600 game of all time. And again, congratulations to Lasergates, new number one.
Yeah, I did not expect us to have a new number one. To be
Yeah,
honest.
I was kind of like I was probably going to argue for it to be number one. I wasn't sure if you would like it as much, but it sounds like we're in agreement on that.
Dude, that is yeah. Um, I would I would legitimately want to sit down and play more of that game and see what more it has to offer. Um,
Yeah,
and like crossbow, while it's cool what it does and it's unique and it does it well, it's also still a frustrating game sometimes.
yeah,
Whereas Laser Gates, there wasn't any. The most frustrating thing was just figuring out like basically where you need to be on the screen for certain things when they show up, and that's pretty
yeah,
much it. I mean, that's just basically
yeah.
playing the game.
Yeah, and as you get further, it speeds up. You need better reaction time and stuff, but
Yeah,
you can build up a muscle memory for that, and Yeah, that's a game that I would want to try to finish and or see if it is finishable for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with that said, I think that'll about do it for episode 2.
Yep. 12 games down, like 400 some more to go, but we're getting there.
Yep. Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. So at this rate, we should be done in a couple years,
Well,
which I'm still having a ton of fun.
oh,
So
absolutely.
I'm in it for the long haul.
Definitely.
Thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to those who offered their opinions about the best game of all time.
Yeah,
Of course, we can't comment on that before we do the science. But I encourage you all to keep watching and see how close your hypothesis is to the correct scientific truth.
definitely. I mean, you never know. I would had no idea what Laser Gates was, so that would not have been anywhere on a list for me whatsoever. So that's the cool part of this is we get to play games that aren't even in our radar at all, and they end up
Yeah,
being fucking cool. So
yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
maybe it wasn't on a lot of other people's radars too. So exposing some of these cool old games that aren't as well known, I think it's kind of the ultimate goal of this, really.
For
And
sure.
I can't wait for next week and see what we find.
Absolutely. Yeah. So uh if you haven't figured it out, the plan is that we do this every Sunday, and then hopefully it's posted sometime later that evening. So that is the current ongoing plan. So expect an episode every Sunday.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything on TV that people would want to watch tonight. So it'll be good for us to get this up and give people something to watch on a Sunday night.
For sure, for sure. Nothing happening whatsoever. So
Yeah, especially not in the U.S. No, no sporting event or anything that I'm aware of.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, thanks a lot. This has been Matt, youtube.com/Duke of the Bump, and Mike, youtube.com/Mors Draconis.
absolutely. Yeah, give us
And
give us both a watch and
and feel free to suggest games for us to look at.
definitely. Yeah, we're always open to games that you guys want to take a look at or have fond memories of. The plan is to not do all the big hitters at once, but at the same time, if there's one people are clamoring for, then by all means, we're gonna throw it on a list or at least try to.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks again, Mike, and we will
Yeah.
see y'all next week.
Yep. Later, guys.
Later.